Aries, hello and welcome to your fall 2023 shift reading. We're looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for the fall season. I'm Andy, I'm your reader, and today we've got the Wild Unknown deck by Kim Krans. I'm just gonna get right into it. Taking a look at the shape shift for Aries this fall. Okay, Temperance, balancing the elements of fire and water. Shown here is this heron. Okay, finding your balance, keeping your balance. Let's see what else we can get here. Okay, Five of Pentacles. One more for Aries. And Three of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's almost as if the Heron in the Temperance card is showing you how to keep your balance through the fall season. With the wilting rose, it does actually feel like fall when the flowers start dying and things. The excitement and the motivation and the high energy of the summer starts to pull within. You know, all of the plants that were like outwardly blooming and showing all of their beauty and fertility and like peak life start to wilt and diminish and die, and pull their energy down into their root system to nest in and survive over the course of the winter. And for me, the Five of Pentacles is a card of survival. Maybe it's talking about being in survival mode. Maybe it's talking more about just like pulling your energy in and getting through something, just like weathering an experience of something in your life dwindling or becoming less, or falling away. Something is wilting, dwindling, drooping, losing life force. And it seems that the way to keep your cool, okay, because we've got these fires starting to well up, maybe in response to that dwindling or in response to that feeling of lack or scarcity or something leaving, no longer having something, or maybe it's a feeling of like your basic needs are no longer being met in a way that can keep you feeling full of aliveness and vitality and life force. Maybe it's you that's starting to feel, you know, burnt out or feeling a lack of support, a lack of resources, something like that. You know, because the flower starts to wilt because it's not getting enough daylight. It's not getting enough sunlight because the planet is shifting and the season is shifting. The sun is less and less. The daylight hours are less and less. So the sun, the rose is not getting what it needs, and it's gonna die in response. It's gonna start to wilt. And so there could be something here where Aries, you're really just not getting what you need. And that might be inflammatory, you know, like the response to that might be like the Aries fires within you start to just like, I'm getting this image of like, I keep going like this. I keep getting this image of acid reflux. Acid reflux or like heartburn. Oh, heartburn. Interesting. I'm wondering if your heart, you know, if there's a potential for some of y'all to go through this like a little bit of a heartache, something aching the heart here. something a little bit painful, because, you know, normally the Five of Pentacles is depicted as like people being left out in the cold, or like lacking shelter, lacking food, lacking those kinds of basic necessities. And here we're seeing it as a rose, which to me is typically more of like a heart symbol, you know, a symbol of like love or connection or like gift giving, expressions of love. And so there's something here about that that might be causing a sense of lack, which could be causing a little bit of heartburn. Okay, that's an interesting thing. The red, you know, this like red rose wilts down, causing the flame to sort of... But the Temperance card is about keeping your cool, cooling the fires with the water element, you know? There's something really stoic about a heron, just standing so still and waiting and waiting and having this incredible patience and incredible just reserve. And the heron is pointing over to these other birds. The Three of Cups is a card of community. It's a card of like connecting in with your community and recognizing the connections that you do have. So Aries, if there's a bit of heartburn here, if there's a bit of like you're feeling sort of burned by a particular relationship, by a job, by a family member, something in your life is causing a bit of heartburn. Temperance is, the heron is directing you to keep your cool through your community. It's saying, okay, this circumstance might be happening in your life, and the way to weather it is shift your focus into connecting with your friends, connecting with people and places and communities and groups that make you feel that sense of camaraderie and love and support. And you know, the Three of Cups, it's emotional water, it's emotional support. So you're really like the balm, the cooling water balm for this reflux of fire response is the cooling balm of community, emotional support that you can find with others. And if this is less, you know, if this is the kind of heartburn that comes from lack of resources or lack of, like, your basic needs aren't being met in terms of finances or survival, food, shelter, whatever that is for you, there's something about like finding mutual aid through community, or finding support, at the very least emotional support through community, that could be really helpful here through the fall season. Okay. All right, Aries. So that's the general idea. We're going to get into clarifying these cards now with some other decks. And we're going to see if we can really dig deep here and understand what this is that's happening, causing this heartburn, and how exactly you can keep your cool and tap into community to help balm the burn. So Aries, if this is resonating with you and you would like to see the rest of this reading, you can join us in the shifting space. Just click the link in the video description below to read all about the community that we have there and how we investigate these readings throughout the entire course of the fall season. So if you're interested in that, check it out, and I'll see you over on the other side.